And welcome to Penguins TV. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just finished watching the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. I should say the Montreal Canadiens at the Vegas Golden Knights. Game 1 of that series, the second semifinal now getting underway. I didn't touch it that time. But was a very exciting start to the game, but an anticlimactic finish. Let me pull up some stats here. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Not with the stats right away, but just getting them ready. Okay. So I was very excited coming into this game because these two teams, contrasting styles, contrasting jerseys, the idea of a juggernaut like the Vegas Golden Knights playing the Montreal Canadiens, who are the huge underdog at this point that aren't supposed to be here. And I was like, man, I just want this to go 7 games. I know that's unlikely. Most of the experts are predicting Vegas in 4 or 5, and it's hard not to see it that way as well. I mean, really, it's hard not to see it that well, but I was hoping Montreal. I mean, I love Montreal. They've always been my second favorite team, but I really like Vegas too, and it's hard for me to say I want Montreal to win more than Vegas because I really want Vegas to win too. But what I want is great hockey, right? The 4 teams that are left, I don't really care who wins. I just want great hockey. I'd like both these series to go 7 games, and I'd like the final to go 7 games. So for that reason, I was hoping Montreal will win tonight to give them some belief, to give us fans some belief that this could be a longer series. Well, it didn't go that way. The final score was 4-1, and there are things to be encouraged about if you're Montreal. They came out in the first period and they outshot Vegas. So Montreal fans, I'm talking to you. You lost this game 4-1. I'm going to say that's okay. I know that hurts, but I did expect you to lose this game. I was hoping you'd win this game, but I did expect you to lose this game. It's the first time this team has been in front of more than 2,500 fans in 14 months. There was over 18,000 people here in Vegas tonight. That had to be a shock to the system. Okay, they've only played in front of 2,500 fans in Montreal, 2 or 3 times now? And now 18,000 fans here for the first time in 14 months. That's a big deal. You know, Montreal's been sitting with the 4-game sweep, and Vegas just came off the 6-gamer. So I was really expecting Vegas to win this game quite handily. It didn't look like it was going to be quite handily, 4-1, but Vegas took over after the second period. So let's get into my good news for the Canadiens. If you're a Canadiens fan, here's what you want to feel good about. If you're a Canadiens fan, you want to feel good about the fact that your Montreal Canadiens played really well in the first period. I like the way they came out. They threw some hits. They got some chances. I really liked a drive in the first period by Josh Anderson towards the net. I think if Josh Anderson can keep playing like he did in the first, this whole series, he's going to chip in a couple of goals for you, and it could make this series go longer. It could lead to some wins for Montreal. I thought he was very good in the first. After 2 periods, Josh Anderson only had 10 minutes or so in ice time. Alex Tuch, his counterpart, the power forward on the other side, maybe not quite as skilled, but I might be wrong about that. He had about 12 minutes. So I want to see more Josh Anderson. I was very impressed with his feet and the way he was moving his feet and the way he was going into the offensive zone. He threw some hits in the offensive zone. That's a really good sign for Montreal. I expect Montreal to be better in Game 2 and maybe even win Game 2. So Josh Anderson, I thought he played well in the first 2 periods. Third period, I can't really say much about anyone in Montreal playing that well because Vegas just took over. But that's okay, Montreal. Feel good about Josh Anderson and the way he played in the first and some of the second. Feel good about the way Carey Price looked in the first and the second because the goals that beat him, he really had no chance on. Okay? So I expected Vegas to come out like a house on fire tonight and win this game. You only lost 4-1, Montreal. You could come back the next game because Carey Price made some very good saves in this hockey game. So Carey Price is still Carey Price. Josh Anderson looked very good. Okay? Third thing, Montreal outshot Vegas in the first period, and I actually thought you could say Montreal might have been the better team in the first period. So that's very encouraging. They were throwing some good hits on Vegas. They were taking it to the net for a bit. And they had more shots. So Montreal, you could be encouraged by your offensive play in the first period. You could be encouraged by Carey Price, but still being Carey Price. He didn't give up any easy ones. And you can be encouraged by Josh Anderson the way he played. In the first period, I also like the fact how much Ducharme played. The Armia, Eric Stahl, and Corey Perry line a lot early in the first period to settle the team down, because Perry and Eric Stahlman, they've both been top 5, top 10 players in the league for 5 to 10 years each, not recently, but they both won Stanley Cups. They're both very good players. They're used to this pressure. I really like that. So Montreal, I expected Montreal to lose this game the way I expected Vegas to lose game 1 against Colorado. And both those things happened. Not in the same manner, 7-1 and 4-1. But that's okay, Montreal. I think Montreal can come back and win this next game in 2 days with a much better effort and tie the series at 1. So hang your hat on that, Montreal fans, okay? Now, what could be better for Montreal next game? Well, their third period needs to be better, okay? The third period was not good. Vegas took it to them in the third period, and Montreal took way too many penalties in this game. I'll cover those stats later on. I'm going to leave it at that. Feel good about the Montreal stuff I said on early on. Vegas, what do you want to feel good about? Well, this team got better as the game went on. Montreal, I think, was a little bit better in the first, but it was real close. You could say Vegas was the better team in the first, and you wouldn't be wrong. But Vegas got better as the game went on, and their third period was a huge strength. Marc-Andre Fleury was good. He only gave up 1 goal. Vegas gave up 1 goal in the power play, but that's okay. If you're a Vegas fan, feel good about the fact that they took game 1 and they looked great doing it. They threw hits as well, and Fleury looked good, and Vegas got better as the game went on. So if you're Vegas, you want to feel good, you got all kinds of things to feel good about. Well done, Vegas. Now let's cover some stats and see if that tells a little bit more of the tale of the tape. It always helps me. Let's hope it helps you as well. Scoring summary. First period, Shea Theodore. This goal at 9:15 of the first period, Carey Price didn't see it. It was not Carey Price's fault. I don't know if it was deflected on the way in. It might have been, but he certainly didn't see it. And if it was deflected, how do you beat a goaltender that's stopping everything? You deflect it, you tip it, you screen him. Well, this goal was definitely screened. He couldn't see it, and it might have been deflected. It was from the point. Shea Theodore's first of the playoffs, assisted by Braden McNabb, his 3rd assist of the playoffs, and Chandler Stevenson's 6th assist of the playoffs. 1-0 Vegas at the end of 1. Second period, 2:18 into the game, Alec Martinez on a beautiful one-timer. Carey Price had no chance, and he still made it close. His 3rd of the playoffs from Riley Smith, his 2nd assist of the playoffs, and Shea Theodore's 7th assist of the playoffs. That was 2:18. It made it 2-0. Now you're starting to go, okay, Montreal, you've got to get the next goal. And luckily enough, they did on the power play. Cole Caulfield had 2 good chances. He buried the second one. 12:05 of the second period. His first power play goal, his first career playoff goal. His parents were in the stands, were in Montreal jerseys. They were crying and smiling, and it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful scene. They're from Wisconsin. Well done, Cole Caulfield. Corey Perry's 4th assist of the playoffs, and Tyler Toffoli's 7th assist of the playoffs. Things are looking good. Now we have a hockey game again, right? Not really. 53 seconds later, Vegas just pulled the rug right back underneath Montreal's feet. Matthias Janmark, another one-timer, and no chance for Carey Price. His 4th of the playoffs, because he had that hat trick, I think, in the first round. Zach Whitecloud's 3rd assist of the playoffs, and Alex Tuck's 4th assist of the playoffs. That was at 12:58 of the second. That ended the second period 3-1. And the third period was all Vegas. Nick Holden at 10:06 of the third, his 2nd of the playoffs, the defenseman, assisted by Riley Smith, his 7th assist of the playoffs, and William Karlsson's 8th assist of the playoffs. No empty net goals. It ended 4-1. Remember, Montreal, hang your hat on the things I said. Josh Anderson's playing the first. Your offense in the first. You're banging in the first. Carey Price is still Carey Price. He didn't give up any easy ones. And I expected Montreal to lose this game. You'll be better next game, Montreal. Okay? I'm trying to bolster those Montreal fans because we won a long series here, and we know this is a huge underdog juggernaut situation. Okay? Let's get Montreal that next game and extend this series. Okay? Let's go to team stats. Okay, team stats. Shots on goal, 30 for Vegas, 29 for Montreal. The difference there, guys, the big difference, quality of chances. Quality of chances for Vegas. They had numerous really good scoring opportunities. They scored on some of them. Really good chances, high quality. Montreal, not so much. That's going to be the challenge for Montreal in this series. Hi, Bailey the dog. How you doing? She's a golden doodle. If Montreal is going to win this series, they're going to have to find a way to get higher quality scoring chances. Okay? Also, I think it's imperative that Montreal get the lead. If Montreal can get the lead, they can slow this game down just a smidge. Okay? Because Vegas has more firepower. Okay. Hits, 52 for Montreal, like it. 44 for Vegas, like it. Really fun game to watch the first 2 periods. Third period, it was a rough game, the whole game. I really liked it, but the third period, it was just Vegas dominated the third. Okay, face-offs won. 32 for Montreal, 25 for Vegas. Power plays, Montreal 1 for 3. That's huge. If you scored on 1 of your 3 power play goals every game, that's huge. Montreal needs that. That's very important. I'm impressed by that. Vegas' power play wants to be better. They gave up 3 power play chances. They got scored on 1 of them. Now, Vegas was 0 for 4 in the power play. They did score a goal about 10 seconds after a 2-man kill and a 1-man advantage stopped. That's the one that Carey Price had no chance on. He had no chance on any of these as far as I'm concerned. So Vegas went 0 for 4. That's great, Montreal. That's not good enough for Vegas. So special teams battle, won by Montreal. There's something else you can hang your hat on, Montreal fans. Okay, I'm trying to encourage you because you need it right now. Okay, shorthanded goals, none. Total penalties, Montreal had 8 minutes, Vegas had 6. Block shots, Montreal had 15, Vegas had 16. Takeaways, Montreal had 14, Vegas had 13. Giveaways, Montreal had 5 and Vegas had 10. Okay, so that's the tale of the tape. Thanks for checking out my videos. I'm here on Penguins TV. I do every game of the playoffs the rest of the way. Even though the Penguins aren't here, every single playoffs game on Twitch TV, look for Penguins TV _ and these recap videos after every game and more Penguins videos and other stuff at other times. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you do, it means the world to me. We've tripled my subscriber count in the last month of what it took 4 months to do. We've tripled it here in the last month. So it really means a lot to me. Thank you very much. If you haven't gotten your what do you call that thing? Your vaccine yet? Please go get it. I'm terrified of needles, and it hurts like that for a split second. You're like, your arm's a little sore for a couple days, but it's a good idea in my opinion. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself first and foremost, and be good to other people if you can. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll be back tomorrow. See you soon.